Weapon of influence, authority. The captain of Köpenick, 1906 Germany, Wilhelm Voigt, was a homeless ex-convict with no money, no authority, and no power. He bought a used military captain's uniform from a costume shop, walked onto the street, and within hours had commandeered soldiers, arrested the mayor of an entire town, and stolen the town treasury. Not one person questioned him. How does a costume give a nobody the power to control an entire city? Early 1900s Germany, a militaristic society with deep respect for hierarchy and uniform. Wilhelm Voigt is at the bottom of that hierarchy, a convicted criminal, homeless, with no prospects. He's been rejected from legitimate work in military service. He understands the system has no place for him, but he's also observed something about German society. People don't obey the person, they obey the symbols of authority. Uniforms, ranks, medals, these trigger automatic compliance. Voigt makes a calculated decision. If the symbols create the authority, then he just needs the symbols. He scrapes together money and buys a used captain's uniform from a costume shop. It's authentic military issue, just second-hand. He studies military bearing and command language. Dressed in the captain's uniform, Voigt walks confidently onto a Berlin street. He sees a small squad of soldiers and makes his first test. He barks an order in the clipped, authoritative tone he's practiced. The soldiers immediately stop, snap to attention, and salute. They don't ask for identification or orders. They see the uniform, the rank insignia, the confident bearing, and their training overrides any critical thinking. Emboldened, Voigt commandeers the entire squad. "You're now under my command. Follow me," they do, without question. He marches them through the streets to Köpenick, a nearby town. At the town hall, he orders the soldiers to surround the building. He enters and confronts the mayor and town officials. "I am here on official business. You are under arrest." The mayor, confused but intimidated by the uniform and the armed soldiers outside, complies. Voigt orders the treasurer to hand over the town's funds, the entire treasury. The officials obey. For hours, Wilhelm Voigt, homeless ex-convicted, controls an entire town's government and military personnel. Not a single soldier, policeman, or clerk questions his authority. They never ask for written orders. They never verify his identity. They never check if a captain should even be giving these commands. Why? Because they saw the uniform, the medals, the confident posture, and their critical thinking turned off completely. The authority principle is so powerful that the symbols of power, costume, tone, bearing completely bypass logical evaluation. The soldiers are trained to obey captains. They see captains' insignia. Therefore they obey. The equation is automatic. Voigt has proven that we are conditioned to obey symbols of power, not the substance of the person. A title, a uniform, or a confident tone bypasses the logical brain entirely. The people obeying him aren't stupid, they're responding to deeply conditioned respect for authority symbols. Eventually Voigt is caught. He makes a small mistake, but the incident becomes legendary, exposing how completely authority symbols control behavior. The incident becomes a national scandal and dark comedy. The Kaiser himself is reportedly amused but also disturbed by how easily authority